Hi guys, here bringing you another one. This time, not so much a tutorial or review, but kind of talking to you. You know what I mean? Because lately, ever since I believe I'm recording this on Sunday night, early Monday morning, and I've been in a fierce funk since like late Friday into Saturday. I've just been in this funk where it seems like nothing I do really matters. And of course, when you're dealing with depression, anxiety, shit like that, you get these funks that just kind of happen, and you're shit out of luck. You gotta deal with it. Whatever. Cool. Got it. Been dealing with that for a while. Sure. Understood. And, actually, I'm not going to say sometimes bleeds into gameplay. A lot of times bleeds into this gameplay, and I thought this was an exemplary kind of example of that. In that particular situation, I tried going for the support. I managed to get him. Didn't get the support I wanted. They knocked some guy out of the sky, and then I guess they all focus on him and kind of retreat, but then kind of leave me out to dry. Luckily, I'm in this thing, and I had an easy enough time kind of getting away from that situation. But still, it's kind of a foreshadowing of what's to come, I suppose. So what do I mean when I say nothing I do really matters? And this is kind of a depressing topic. At least in. So I'm gonna try to keep it in the context of gun battle operation gaming, things like that. What I mean by nothing I do really matters, I think I've talked about this before, is that you cannot choose if your team wins, but you can sure as fuck choose if they lose. And again, this game's kind of an example of that. Because this game is so centered around team fights and crowd control, if you're fighting 4 guys to 5, you lose. If you're fighting 2 against 1, you win. If you have a numerical advantage against your enemy, your chances of winning is increased astronomically. I mean, that's true in any game. It's true in any team game. It doesn't matter if it's Valorant, Halo, Call of Duty, or Gun and Battle Operation. That's true. But it's not as lopsided in those other games. Of course, a lot of that comes down to crowd control. And by crowd control, I mean, well, I think this is. Not sure if it was coined mainly with Overwatch, but it means the ability essentially to restrict movement in any way, which this game is built around, like from the ground up. And to this day, I don't think that's an intelligent game design decision. Just straight up, I'm going to be honest with you. Designing your game around players stopping other players from playing, I don't think is necessarily good game design. I mean, there's death, and then there's not being able to play the game because you pressed the button. But game design aside, you'll see why I picked this as kind of the game marches on, because we have a pretty good lead. We have like double their score, and so far I'm feeling myself. I'm doing pretty freaking well. And this Mephis, I like what I do against this Mephis. Despite him being a general and me, a raid, there was a whole lot he could not do. He could not stop me. Of course, part of that is kind of because the Mephis is kind of niche. I was hoping that would kill it dead. Mephis niche is, it does have insta stun in its bazookas, but it takes a while to ready up. And its other stun options, its chargeable beam pistols, which hit like a goddamn truck. But they're slow to fire, so if you catch yourself in a close range situation like that, you're kind of, you're up a creek. And there's not a whole lot you can do about the situation. The Mephis is definitely not something to be flanking around. And so I caught him and took very little damage out of that exchange and kind of just went in. But in the time it took me to kill him and get some repairs going, things have not been looking good. We're now only winning by a scarce 300. I think we've proven our abilities in that this team should not be able to adequately fight ours, but I guess theirs have adapted in some way. To be fair, we do have a Zis. I don't think this is the best choice on this map, to be fair, but that's not why we lost. It's not help. It's not on him. Not exclusively, anyway. Bonk. And again, I'm kind of in the perfect suit because I have a shotgun. Not a great shotgun. Matter of fact, pretty shitty shotgun. As shotguns go in this game, it's pretty awful. But the shotgun. Meaning I can, theoretically, knock out flies from the sky. Theoretically, that's not how it works at all, ever. But that's that's at least the idea. And again, now we're back in the lead, so it's not too big of a deal anymore. I thought he was dead, he wasn't. That's the Methodist again. In that situation, oof. Maybe it would have been, I mean, it worked out, right? Maybe I should have kept myself hidden more, right? Maybe I should have kept myself hidden more, waited for the Methodist to do its thing, and then killed him, but now we're losing by a scarce 1,000. And even watching this game back, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. It seems like the team's getting pulled apart, like... It seems like the team's getting pulled apart. But why is that? Because we were winning significantly before, so what changed? And this is kind of gets in the whole choice factor. If any one of those guys, or myself, decide we're not going to win this game, that's it. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. We are not going to win. And true, in Valorant, definitely in Halo Infinite, it's a thing. Maybe it's the emphasis these games put, because it's not like that's different somehow, right? I mean, yeah, maybe it's not as pronounced in other games, but I don't remember this being a problem kind of before this modern era of gaming. But I feel like in prior eras, things like World of Tanks, things like Battlefield, things like Call of Duty, it seems like your rewards, right? Your XP gain and things like that, your progression is tied to your individual progress. So it doesn't matter as much if you win or if you lose. But in games like this nowadays, with their monetization, with their gachas, with their battle passes, you know, with their loot boxes, all those things, progression is something different than making a bar go up. So when you don't have that, what else do you have? You have your win or your losses. Now here I just get confused. Now I thankfully managed to pull that kill back. 20 seconds away from loss. All we need is basically a kill. Bonk. Okay, we got that kill. But we're still one down. We need to find a kill. We need to find it quick. I don't know. It's feeling kind of rambly. As to sum up, I was trying to play earlier tonight, but again, it was in a situation where it seems like, okay, if I'm going to lose anyway, then why even try? Let's see if the team can handle it. Let's see if the team can handle it without me. They can't handle it with me. They can't handle it without me. Nothing I do matters. Yep. Yes. Despite doing the best I could, it just wasn't enough. I'll talk to you guys later.